Good evening. I hear music. Clearly, someone in the background pushed the wrong button. Maybe they pushed the right one. My name is Jason Grant, and we're here for the off night. Both of us get together on Monday night, and a little bit, see what's going on, discuss the world. We're going to have our favorite poetess, the Lady Susan, will be showing us. And more importantly, we're going to bring out our host, the man who makes it all possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday evening wouldn't be the same without him. Mark Sweetman. Come on, Mark. Come on out.
And get this right. Oh, there we go. Right. I can't hear the. Can you hear the music? I can't hear the music. I'm on.
Turn the music down. Turn it down. Turn it down.
I can't. I can see the bar that turns it down. I just can't hear the music. That's the only problem I have.
Well, that's true about so many things, isn't it?
Right, hold on. Let me get us both out here. Are we both out here? There we are. Okay, good. All right, good. All right, it's the off night. Every Monday night, we take an off night and we discuss things that need to be discussed by people that have a sense of humor. We hope. We hope. And oh, wait a minute. We start off with somebody. My co-host will introduce me. Today is Jason, because Andy is not here after he's now become the star of our show with his impersonations. He has now bailed on us, but we'll hope he'll show up here later. Let me see if he. Oh, I forgot to check my phone. I always forget that Andy is. Although you really can't call someone a Luddite if they use a cell phone, but there's so many other ways of contacting people besides that. Let me see here. What do we got in the old text message department? We got nothing. All right, let's go to the email department. And we got, here we go, email, here it comes. We got, nothing. Wait a minute, let me go down to the,
well, we don't want to speak ill of him just yet for fear that he might be lying on the floor of his abode, with a recently cast Social Security check and the services of someone who brought him, All
right. Let me. All right. Well, if he emailed me, he's got a couple of ways to get a hold of me. All right. So that's that. Anything you need to discuss before we bring Susan out?
No, we're good. Bring her on. I'm ready.
Excellent.
Are you ready? I mean, hang on. Buttons, fasten the safety belt. Here comes Susan.
No, Susan and I have had a great summer. So I'm always glad to see. This summer, I'm always glad to see
Mark, but I'm having a great summer.
All right. Yeah.
What? Oh well,
what happened?
All the things that we've done. She was over at Canton Brew Works the other night at a great set, and it's been a lot of fun this summer. We went to New York. She played at Carnegie. She sang at Carnegie Hall. I mean, we just had a great summer.
On stage at Carnegie.
Our grandbaby's just starting to pull herself up, and now she's going to be a lot of trouble for us, but it's going to be great trouble because we're grandparents, So
that's right. You can give her back to Mom.
It's great being a my first summer as a grandma. But let's back up to all about me. I actually had a paying gig.
That's right.
Summer off.
Right. You got paid this summer.
I got paid to play my flute. Yeah.
Excellent.
Well,
that I'm saying at Carnegie, I am truly a professional musician.
At this point, that's about the way it goes. Hey, anyway. When did you do the Canton Brew Works for your set? I'm curious.
Friday.
Last Friday.
3
days. 3 days ago.
The 10th. Yeah, the 10th.
Guys, I keep going to look up the show and I can't seem to find any listing for it. And
they don't really list it. We showed up not knowing whether there'd be a show or not, but there was. So
that one week we showed up and there was no show. It had only been published, like 24 hours in advance. So we had no way of knowing. Now, I do know August 1st, there is no open mic, but there's a show that you can pay to buy a ticket and attend if you want. Yes. But there's no open mic on August 1st.
Yeah, that's like they're having like a roast battle.
Something.
And I'm feeling terribly left out. But then again, I haven't been doing.
Oh, you'd be great at that.
I know, but I haven't been on stage in well, almost 2
I think
years
you're thinking
now.
of July 31st because August 1st is a Saturday.
Well,
every other Friday, August 1st is a Saturday. Oh, well, maybe there is an open mic. Well, you'll have to reach out and find out, Mark, and let me know.
Well, that's what I'm going to do, because there have been several times. The last time Andy and I went, of course, there wasn't a show. Then I check on the internet and nothing's listed, and then I find out there is one.
It's not posted very well, but just show up unless it's way out of your way.
I know.
So I went last Friday, did a set. I did a few new jokes, and but he limited everybody to 6 minutes, so I did my 6 minutes. And
that's fine.
6 minutes is when I was coming up. 6 minutes is what you wanted to perfect. You wanted to have a 6 minute set because that's what Johnny Carson wanted. So everybody wanted to do a 6 minute set back in the day.
That's right. Well, I did my 6 minute set, and it was mostly new material.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I've been working on some stuff, and even Andy thinks it's okay. He's a tough judge. Fair.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm gonna, so I'm, but I'm tired of just sort of like spewing it out to the wind or whatever. I'd like to put it up there, and to the 8 or 9 comedians who will be in the audience, and the 2 or 3 regulars and whatever.
Well, they had a good turnout last Friday too.
Well, see,
so they actually started to a crowd.
They had civilians, not just comics.
They did. They actually had audience members. So why don't you and I make a pact? Let's show up this Friday.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
17th, yeah.
I'll grab Andy, assuming he's still with us, assuming that again he's not, laying passed out at his abode in a swirl of empty liquor bottles. Which reminds me of that one line from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, after she goads her husband into breaking the bottle. He goes, "I hope that was an empty bottle, because on your salary, you can't afford to waste good bottles of liquor."
Was that a Liz Taylor line?
That is a Liz. Well, yeah, it's from, yes, it is. Her and Richard Burton. And you wonder, is it a movie? Is it a documentary? Is it both?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people didn't like her, but I don't know. I've seen Elizabeth Taylor films, and I think I liked them all. But my favorite has to be Taming of the Shrew, the Shakespeare.
I loved her in Cleopatra. Okay, you're right.
It's
a great thing.
In that, but I really like Taming of the Shrew.
Oh, I understand.
It was funny. She was great.
You're working with good
material.
The
chemistry could not be denied.
Yeah, I mean, what I loved her in Cleopatra was what I mean. Again, it's a big, but here she is. She's wedged in between Rex Harrison and Richard Burton, and she's just not taking any crap from any of them.
No,
I mean, she's the star of the movie, and there aren't many women, there aren't many men, there aren't many people who can really stand at the helm of a big old gargantuan production like that anymore. Maybe Streep could pull something off. You give Meryl Streep anything, she'll find a way to make it work out. I mean, she's going to be playing the lead in a Truman Capote documentary. She'll find a way to steal it, or something. Way Robert De Niro was able to steal Angel Heart, which is 4 scenes of him playing the devil. If you haven't seen that movie, it came out in the 80s. And again, a wonderful bit of theater and hocus pocus and whatnot. So, at any rate, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take over the show.
Taylor did an episode of Lucy. I think it was the newer show, Mr. Mooney.
Yes. Gail Gordon, yes, Mr. Mooney.
Clearly, Elizabeth Taylor had a sense of humor as well.
Yeah, she had chops. And
Lucy gets that famous ring stuck on her own finger, and
Liz
Taylor has to put her arm behind her back, and Lucy's pretending to be her
right
Elizabeth Taylor's hand.
Oh yes, I remember. Yes, that
classic Lucille Ball.
Oh my goodness. Mark is looking very annoyed with the both of us. We're sorry, Mark.
I'm extremely tired. That's what I am. So.
Oh my God, you're not going to go on
all day.
Remember the look Bill Kennedy would get midway through his show when clearly he hadn't had a couple of little beverages to perk him up during the commercial breaks?
Perhaps. Hey, do you want your poem?
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's do that. Let us get to the poem.
All right. Here we go. The U.S. lost to Belgium after an embarrassing call made by Trump. The red card scandal will not be forgotten because the president is a chump. Spain beat Belgium and plays France in a FIFA game Tuesday. Then the final World Cup game will play Sunday. Don't snooze, hey. Lindsey Graham traveled to Turkey. Then he came home to the States. On Saturday, he took his last breath, then gave up his life to the fates. Mitch McConnell breaks his silence. He's alive, but can't phone ya. Says he had a fall, was unconscious, and still has pneumonia. In the Strait of Hormuz, Trump will collect 20%. Vance and Rubio contradict. No fee is what he meant. A Yellowstone bison injured a man, tossed him 8 feet in the air. A photographer caught it all. Then he helped because he was there. A massive forest fire near Paris. Bangkok had a deadly fire too. Cuba suffering blackouts. More plagues coming soon to you. That's your poem.
Thank you. Andy's here.
Hi.
We got the poem and Andy. All right. Hey, Andy.
I got the
There's a lot more in the world, but I couldn't get it all in a poem.
Andy, Susan has challenged us because the Brew Works has not been posting stuff. She's challenged us to come out there Friday no matter what. So I don't know what they're putting up. I don't care. I'm going to grab you. We're going to go up there. We're going to do something.
Okay.
If there's not a show, then I'll put on a spectacle out in the sidewalk.
A spectacle.
A spectacle.
A spectacle.
Bring your
Okay.
camera. We could bring your camera. We could make you a YouTuber, an influencer.
We should get Mark to go up and do a set too. Maybe do
It would
all
be
your
nice.
new 6 minutes of material, Mark.
I'm sure
What am I going to do?
You'll do the jokes I write like you always do.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Oh no!
Whoa.
The Battle Lake Bickersons have come back to life, and they're now haunting.
I want to do.
We could do a Bickersons. You want to? We could pick a different script and do 6 minutes Bickersons.
I don't want to do a script. I want to do us. We are the Bickersons.
We are
Improvising.
We do not need to write anything. We are it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on.
Just get the two. Just push them closer on stage with poles from the off stage, so they get a little closer, and then just wait for the magic to happen. You know.
That's very funny. That's very funny.
You know, there you go. Let them. You know, my mother and father were like that in their own little way. You know, my mother's greatest ambition was to be a widow. It sadly didn't quite. See, she understands. Mom, what do you want for your birthday? She's like dueling pistols.
Dueling pistols.
Yeah, you know. That.
Well, I do that joke about, I like the royals, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I like that Meghan Markle. She gives me hope. My second husband will be a prince.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Although you don't have to be a widow to have a second husband.
No. Well, in this modern age, I mean,
like Meghan Markle.
I didn't think you were.
She was not a widow. She was a young divorcee.
I didn't think you were suggesting that. Now I don't like that joke as much as I did.
Oh no. You know,
Jason brought that up, not me.
Hey, you know, I can reference the poet philosopher. I'm sure you know who I'm going for. The Kinks with their 1972 hit Lola. You know, boys will be girls and girls will be boys. It's a mixed up world, a shook up world, except for Lola. You know, hello. That's right. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm a man, and so is Lola. You know,
Lola got a lot of music written about her. Barry Manilow sang that Lola song too. Yeah, a different Lola song.
The different Lola, although it doesn't end quite so well. In the first Lola, she's going home with some young naif in Great Britain. The other Lola song, she's seen better days. seen better days. Kind of sitting there at the edge of the bar. I know that feeling myself. So all right. Well, carry on. I'm sorry. I'm going to go look up Lola again. See what's going on.
All right. I'm going back to the poem for topics. I think.
All right.
Susan started off talking about we lost to Belgium. I think it's been over a week though. Wouldn't that have been last week's poem? But anyway, that's beside the point.
Had to say that.
But the red card scandal was discussed this past week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the thing
had Trump not interfered.
I'll get a word in here in a second. The thing I'd like to. I think I'm on delay for everybody.
Anyway, no, we can hear you. You're good.
You're up to time. What we need is a conch. We need a conch to pass around sometime.
No. What we need is to use my radio commands on the on the boat, where I say my sentence and then I say over. That way everybody knows that I've completed my sentence. Over.
Or
that's the way it's happening. That's the way you do it on. That's the way you do it on the public airwaves. So
what do they do in news? They kind of go, Frank, that sounds really good. Well, back to you, Frank. Okay, back to you at the office.
Anyway, back to the red card scandal. My favorite part of that whole bit was when the Belgian team beat the U.S. and they did the Donald Trump jerking off two men dance to YMCA. That was just. Did you guys see that? The circle jerk dance that Trump does whenever he hears YMCA.
Yep.
No, no, I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and when we pull NATO's headquarters out of Belgium, they might. What do you mean it's going to Miami? What? We're transferring NATO's headquarters to the biggest, most expensive, splashiest hotel in Miami? What?
Yeah, NATO's Trump headquarters. Yeah, that's right.
That takes us to Lindsey Graham. Do you want to talk about him?
Yeah, well,
you know what?
To NATO, Turkey, and Ukraine, and
okay, I have a list of passings, and we can do them in order here. Lindsey Graham, Sam Neill, Bonnie Taylor, and in parentheses, Mitch McConnell, because I wanted him on the list just in case something happened in the last few seconds.
I mentioned him last week, and you rather sharply rebuked me that he was still alive.
And he was.
Sadly is true. Well, yeah.
And he was.
Yeah. But you're missing what? Never mind. We'll get to that later. Go ahead. Bring
all right. My comments.
Bring out your dead.
My comments on Lindsey Graham. My comments on Lindsey Graham is that, you go to Ukraine and you speak against Putin. What did you think was going to happen? So
exactly. It's not just
and that, for the
you know what happened, and to Putin's credit, he killed him some other way besides pushing him out a window, which is a natural motive.
He either got better poison, or he hit him with like some sort of laser, you know.
That poison theory is going around, but so far it shows natural causes. He had one of those ruptures that pretty much causes sudden death.
I bet he had a rupture, all right. Yeah. I mean, natural causes for him are a little different.
His dad died when he was in college of a massive heart attack. So
there
are lasers that operate through the body.
I can't say I liked his politics so much, but I do like that the type of human he was. His sister was only 13 when their parents died, and he actually raised her. And that's probably the hardest age to raise a girl, is those teen years. But he became her guardion.
Lindsey Graham had special built-in skills for that, though.
Couldn't have been easy, but he did it. But not so sure about her taking over as the senator.
I have heard that. I've heard that.
Well, actually, that's a common. That is a common thing. Although usually it's the husband or the wife takes over for the husband, or the husband takes over for the wife. It's a common thing.
She's a sister.
I know.
Anyhow, I thought that was.
Have you not watched Game of Thrones? Come on.
I have, but it shows a lot of character that he raised his teenage sister.
Well, we'd have to go to Canada to get his wife, so we know that's not going to happen.
So he kept his sister out of foster care, so that's a good thing.
There you go.
So
who else died, Mark?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill.
Jurassic Park.
Yes, Jurassic Park, and he was also in
the Piano.
The Piano, that was it. Oh, and
he was in a really good film with the Australian, what's her name? On a boat. I think it was a stage play that they.
Oh, you're talking about the one that was the one that broke both of their acting careers.
Oh, you're not talking about Paul Hogan, so okay, let's move.
No. It's the redhead that married the guy who was flying the airplanes.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. So.
Oh, the redhead that married the guy that's flying the airplanes. Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you say that to begin with? I mean,
anyway,
this is what men over 65 do. They describe.
Anyway, he died. She's still with us.
Okay.
She's still with us.
Did Sam die of old age, or?
It was about the movie takes place at sea. They hire a guy to take him on a ship, and then he turns into a psychopath.
Yeah.
Tries to kill Sam Neill.
He killed their dog.
He killed the dog.
Or she killed their dog by accident.
They're Australian. They're into that weird sort of tragedy.
But this made her career. This is the first time we actually see her.
Is this the girl that married Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman is who you're thinking.
Nicole Kidman. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, eyes wide shut. Yeah,
Well, we're all dancing.
Anyway, it's a very good film. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it.
Oh yeah, definitely good. Very good. Really
good. Edge of your seat kind of stuff.
Well,
was Sam Neill was he in Breaking Morant? Was he one of the guys in that, or?
I don't think so. He might have been. If he was, he had like a 5 and under.
Why don't I just bring up his filmography here?
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, because nothing is as much fun as a bunch of old people going, he was in that movie where they used celluloid to capture images.
That's right. He was in that silent movie. It was a silent.
Light is focused on this thing called film, which they develop, and then we project it, and he was in that. Along with Lenny Riefenstahl.
Let me look first for films that were before Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that does seem to be. Well, Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I would like to have seen Montana.
Oh, yep, he was in the Hunt for Red October.
Yep,
and he was in before Jurassic Park. He was in Omen 3: The Final Conflict.
Yes. He plays
I missed that one.
Come on, he's the devil's son. And as always, daddy conflicts abound in that movie. What am I supposed to do? My dad is like.
Here's one I didn't know he was in. He was in My Brilliant Career.
Okay.
That was a film starring Judy Davis and that's it. That was the only named star in that I know. So. All right.
All right. Who else died?
We're done with Sam Neill. Okay, Bonnie Taylor died.
Yeah. What was up with that? She was like on the mend. It's a heartache.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the heartache did her in.
Yeah. Nothing but it. Well, you gotta, with a voice like that, you wonder how many cigarettes she started smoking when she was in her early 7s. I mean, and
exactly.
I mean, she did have that.
I never realized she was a Welsh singer.
Yeah.
Until she passed away.
She and John Cale. Okay, there's 2. We can put them in there, and of course the one that caught my eye. Yes.
What's that?
Wally Funk. Who is Wally Funk? She is the oldest woman to go into space.
She passed away. You're right.
Yes, she
did. I heard that story.
And she was part of the Mercury 13, which was kind of a publicity stunt. But to be fair, these were serious women, and they were putting them through many of the same tests that the NASA astronauts were going through.
Yes, and she qualified.
And she was a serious aviatrix. She had a commercial pilot's license by the time she was 20. She was an instructor pilot to the United States Air Force, teaching officers how to fly. She was an inspector with the Federal Aviation Administration. She did not be. Of course, you guys all know the first woman in space, right? You can say her name with me, right? Ready?
Sally Ride.
Sally
no, Ride. Valentina Tereshkova. 1963 in a Voskhod, who later became the equivalent of a colonel in the Red. Oh yeah, no, she's still with us. She's not a young woman anymore. But again, again alone. By the way, alone in space in a Russian space. I mean, I would be terrified that it's a Russian spacecraft. That would be. It's like, hold on, didn't you guys put Laika up here and not have a way to bring her down? Okay, I'm not going. No, Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman in space. Sally came along a little later, and along with Mae Jemison.
She was the first American,
yeah. But oh, by the way, she had a PhD as well. She was Dr. Sally Ride. Thank you very much. But it was kind of sad to see because the Mercury astronauts themselves, they're all gone now. There was this John Glenn passed away. It's these sort of icons of that early part of American space exploration. Or
Carpenter's not still alive. Carpenter's gone too.
No, Carpenter's gone too. Yeah. He's in fact, Wally Funk's career was probably a little more notable than his. He was notable for having his one flight where he damn near killed himself and landed 150 miles off target. And the next time he had any interaction, he was at literally the bottom of the ocean, in a little pod at the bottom of the ocean, talking to a Gemini astronaut flying overhead, because he pissed off Chris Kraft, who said, "You will never fly again." And I don't know, a job at the bottom of the ocean kind of like, underlines that fate rather nicely. So, it was sad to see her go. And but hey, she got there. She managed to get up in space there, and what, she was in her 80s. Heck,
yep.
That's a right. That's not no. We need help. Help me into the spacecraft, young. No, she's like, no, I got this. Don't worry about a thing. I got it. Grandma's gonna push the button. Watch this, kids. So, all right, that was my comment.
Sam Neill's film with Nicole Kidman was called Dead Calm.
Yes.
And the crazy guy in the film was Billy Zane, who was also the
nemesis.
Yes.
He was the nemesis in Titanic.
Yep. Well, he has that look. It's like when you get your first plastic surgery when you're like 8 or 9. That was the thing about Zane. He always looked sort of plastic and artificial. And when you put him in that kind of a role, he worked. But, he was like George Maharis. You weren't going to get a lot of authenticity out of him.
It's a really good film, and the casting was great.
Yeah.
It's a great film.
Well, when you got, again, Nicole Kidman and Sam Neill, I mean, they could have been doing a Brady Bunch, the Brady's Go to Hawaii movie, and they would have elevated it a few notches just by being on screen with them.
Yep.
So Streep was like,
Sam Neill, I think, was also in that sci-fi movie.
Yes.
That was about the spaceship.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where they go to the different universe or the different dimension and come back, and of course it's completely escaping because Andy, as you said, I'm an old man now.
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's not. Well, don't watch it with your kids. Not with the little kids. The older kids.
Well, all my children are adults, so.
Well, those first couple will probably have a great time with it, but definitely not the little one. Not.
Mark and I went to see Pulp Fiction in the theater, and a guy was bringing like his 10-year-old.
Oh, this is a great story. This is a great story.
The cashier stops him and says, "Oh no, sir, this is not just an R. This is a hard R." And he's like, "He's my kid. I'm bringing him in," and he's like, "Seriously, sir, it's a hard R."
No,
he's like,
no,
get tickets.
no, he said,
so he brought his kid in.
he said,
they did leave very early into the film.
Yeah.
He said, no, sir, it's a hard
He tried to save him from wasting his money.
You know, my
he was
mother...
in front of us. He was in front, and this is back. Probably the last theater we ever went to that had ushers that sat you, and so he comes back to seat us, but he goes, the father of the 10-year-old says, he says, relax, buddy, I'm his father. I'll just explain to him everything that's going on. And so he goes, all right. So he sits him, and then he comes to get us, and I said to the usher, I go, put us behind that guy you just said. I want to hear his explanations to his kid about what's going on.
I want to hear his
explanation. And he did. He sat us behind the guy.
Yeah.
It's a hard
Yeah. Well, you know, as a kid, you know, we were, my mother was my mother would have let us juggle chainsaws. I mean, it's not that she, you know, she was like, well, you can't raise them under glass, you know. So we got to see a lot of films as kids that a lot of kids didn't necessarily get to see. But she's like, oh, you're gonna see it all anyways.
My parents gave us the dollars, and we walked into the mall and saw whatever we wanted.
Well, there was a time that was, you know, I remember paying 75 cents at the Fox Theater and seeing What's Up, Doc. And by the way, having an extra 50 cents to buy popcorn and the Coke, 50 cents. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, and just having a great time with sort of that madcap film. But again, Barbara Streisand, another lady who can helm a film right at the very front and not take crap from anybody.
You know, I'm so old that you just went into the film wherever it was playing, and you just sat through the next showing till this is where I came in. And then you leave. Do you remember doing that?
I do.
Yeah.
Or I remember I want to watch it again. Okay. So I stay there for 4 hours to watch it again. I mean,
dear.
We had the Wayside Theater. It's like my parents had knew where I was for every summer. They sent me to the Wayside Theater. First year they had Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Lasted the whole summer. Yeah. Kept going to see it again. Second year, the Planet of the Apes. So I was gone for 4 hours. They knew where I was for 4 hours.
You see, my parents would drop me off. My parents would drop me off at a truck stop and see if I could make it home.
My parents said be home when the street lights come on, and then they would never see us until the street lights came on. If we made it home by the time the street lights came on, that was a free card. We had a wild card to play.
Yeah, we got breakfast in the morning, and then we had go play somewhere.
Yeah, get out of the house.
And I didn't see my mother till dinner, you know, for the most part. So
yeah, I remember that.
Well, you guys now seriously, you guys spent a significant amount of time in Detroit. How much supervision? Because again, you know, people overestimate Detroit, that it was some horrible battle zone, and other people will tell very charming stories about growing up in their neighborhood. The truth has to be somewhere in between.
When we were first married, we lived right downtown, and you know, the center of downtown was pretty safe. You had, you know, a lot of activity, lights, police presence, you know, and that's where we lived, right downtown on Cadillac Square. Nice. So I never really felt unsafe. I walked to Bees over on Larned and home again by myself. It's just a couple of blocks. I never felt unsafe. Now, knowing what I know now, I'd probably not do that as a 22-year-old young woman, but you know,
didn't know any better when we were 20. You know.
But you know, I mean, Mark, if some weirdo said something to me, I'd just take off running. So,
did you ever have to play any club back in the day when you were doing clubs, where there's some places that you're like, damn, I hope someone's watching my car?
No, the only scary one, I think I told that story, was in Chicago, that Stay Out All Night lounge, where I'm sure that guy put an expensive Mickey in my Coke. And was getting angry that I wasn't drinking the Coke he bought me.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Somewhere off to the side in secret, even though the bartender was right there.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But that was the only weird
well,
place. But they were doing comedy till 3 a.m. or something. So that's why Mark picked up the gig. It was a, end of our week there with him doing a few different shows throughout Chicago, making $7 or whatever.
Well, I mean, obviously I grew up during this time, but what sells in the news? So sensational events, bad events, things that where people get splatted on the sidewalk and whatnot. But does that mean that's going on everywhere all the time? Well, no, not necessarily. And in fact, if you listen to some of the oral histories of people who've owned their houses in Detroit since, the demarcation that this came up just a few years ago was the anniversary of the '67 riots.
Yeah.
And the way people would talk about what their neighborhoods were like before, what their neighborhoods were like after, how that changed, how the highways coming through changed things.
We lived in, I remember 2 houses that we lived in Detroit. It was very near Dearborn, but because my dad worked for Chrysler down in Highland Park, but my folks were renting. So I have memories at both places, and but my folks built a house in Livonia, and we moved there on June 9th, 1965. And the reason I know that's the date is because we moved and then my mom went to the hospital because she had my brother.
Well, we moved from Ypsilanti to Ann Arbor. We were a bit of a scandal in Ypsi in that we weren't cousins who were married to each other. So that right there kind of put us, I mean, my dad being German and my mom being a hillbilly, I mean, that right there was impossible. Mm-hmm. And and the thing is, all of our relatives were in Ypsilanti, so we'd go back and forth and whatnot. But people forget that Ann Arbor was a very working class town at that time. And by the way, so was Ypsilanti. I mean, I make fun, I kid, whatever. I mean, if you grew up in Ann Arbor, you guys all had your own town. You always made fun of the next town over. Well, for us, it's Ypsi. It was like you're going over Carpenter Road. Oh my Lord, better beware. The bridges are made from rope, and you'll get lost in the smoke from the cooking fires, and the chewing tobacco they give their children is of a lesser quality, and then you actually go there, and it's like, oh, what's the big deal? What's going on? This is nothing. It's nothing. But at the time, especially when you're younger, it seems to make a difference, or at least it feels different, even if it isn't. And now, Ypsi's gentrified. You guys even know about Detroit gentrifying in many places. Mm-hmm. There's still some neighborhoods that are maybe a little, but then there's other. You go up a couple blocks off McNichols, and right on McNichols, it's kind of it's a tough looking industrial town that's seen better days. You get a few blocks in, you get these big old houses with big yards, 2.5 stories. And everyone's like, yeah, we know. We don't tell anybody about this place. The lights are on. The houses look good. There's no burned out cars on the road. And don't tell anybody. We don't want people coming in and taking it over. Thank you very much. And Detroit is a big place. I mean, if you drive like Andy and I do, you can hit Detroit on one side, hit it at highway speeds. Half an hour later, you're still in Detroit, driving highway speed, trying to get through that crazy town. It's a big, big town. Physically.
Is Mark coming back?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. You're the one married to him. Can't you summon him with your mind?
Sure, but why would I waste that?
Oh, no mercy. No mercy. No, fine. If he heckles you Friday, that's you. That's on you. You guys.
Hey, you know what I asked him not to do? Because I set up my little camera to get my little recording. And before my set, I said, if you and Ned could please not chit chat right next to my microphone while I'm recording. Yeah. And he said, okay, he won't do that.
Right.
And what did he do?
Chit chat all the way through.
Yeah. So I can't get a good recording because my husband won't shut up for 6 minutes.
Oh,
You may have to take it up with you to the set.
I guess.
I'll have to let
I'm
you
gonna
two
have
work.
to do that because he can't just honor a promise for 6 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Just take it
But
up
who
on set.
knew?
well. At any rate, we'll say Andy and I will make the sojourn up there. If I'd known they were rolling last Friday, I'd have gone. I honestly went online. It's like, oh, nothing's listed. I guess there's.
Well, it says the every Friday. If it's not listed,
It does every Friday. I just know there's one of the Fridays in August, I believe there's no open mic. But perhaps it is on a Saturday and the Friday open mic is still going. Who knows?
Yeah. But you were tired. You were tired,
Well,
Jason.
Well, I
we'll
was
have
tired.
Mark reach out to Ned Rice and find out for us.
Well, you know what? I would do that, but by the same token, you're right. Half the job is just showing up.
Well, you don't want to show up if there's no show there, though.
Well, I know, but there is something to be said, especially if you've been out of practice, like me, for some time, to just the physical act of getting in the car and going.
Yeah, that's right.
Tim, I guess, is trying to get something going at the Ale House again.
Oh,
good for him.
But stand-up wise, or for the poets?
They don't want the Unclub, because what the Unclub had turned into was unfunny comics watching unfunny comics, basically.
Yeah.
Well, they started having too many rules.
Yes, thank you.
The only rule was be funny.
Be funny.
And then they started having these rules about, you hurt my feelings, so you can't ever come back, like.
And I'm not the last time I was there.
Maybe they weren't Don Rickles quality, but the hurt feelings needed to let it go and let's do this over again next week kind of thing. And it just really deteriorated a lot. And then going to every other week really killed it.
Yeah. Well, last time I was up there was when they had instituted those ridiculous new rules. I was more worried about staying within the, and there was when I show up and they're all like I'm a monster, that's going to come up on stage and just, take a crap and start throwing it at the crowd. It's like, no, there are rules. Fine. I'll do what I can to obey them and see if I can, pull this. And I did. I will say this, and I don't say this I was funny. I was a funny comedian that night. I did a good job. But at one point they start giving me a little warning card because I'm having a little audience work with this one group of ladies and I asked them after the show, were you guys any way offended with it? They're like, no, they were having fun. They were getting into it. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't being
it got very
rough.
Judgy. It felt like high school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and clicky too, very clicky. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of killed it. It's unfortunate, but maybe it'll start up again. He does do a Tuesday night poetry night. Maybe I should do that. Or one Tuesday a month. Maybe I should go do a poem. Mark, what do you think? You want to head out there on a Tuesday
we could do
this summer? Because I can't really do it during the normal September to May, but I could do a Tuesday in the summer.
God, that sounds good. That'll be good. I think, the poetry idea would be good.
Any Tuesdays off in July, so it's going to be in August.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going back to LA. We're going to do another show from LA.
Fantastic.
It'll be August 10th. We'll be doing from LA.
Yeah, the 2nd.
Wow.
You guys still have the Comedy Compound West out there to land on, or do you just do the hotel thing when you're out?
No,
west?
we stay at my son's apartment.
Lovely.
Nice.
Yes, LA certainly making the headlines these days. Their mayoral race was an interesting one to say the least. Suddenly the third place finisher finally gets what do you know? 40,000 ballots came in and she got every single one. Crazy. In fact, I think she ended up with more votes. I could be wrong. You guys check this. I think she ended up with more votes in the primary than Karen Bass. I could be wrong. Check it out. But it was certainly
Who is she that we're talking? I don't know.
I can't even remember her name, but she's the big old lefty leftist. It makes Karen Bass look like George Wallace, the governor, not the comedian. and she gave a concession speech the night of the primary. She was 40,000 votes behind.
Okay.
And then over the course of by the way, they're still counting. They haven't certified the elect. They are still counting votes a month later. But all of a sudden,
do you think this would have made national news? I haven't heard anything about it.
It has been national news. Just look it up. I'm serious.
Mondami sneezes and we hear all about it, but something happens in LA.
But I have my absentee ballot. I'm going to fill it out and make sure I turn it in.
Well, out there they got like all of a sudden where the homeless camps were. All of a sudden, they got 40,000 votes, and there's been this big thing about their buying votes, and they have lots of video of people telling the homeless dude, "Make your mark here. Here's $2," and that's all fine and good and everything, but it isn't going to mean anything, really. I mean, here we go. I get to go all history since I've been alive for most of it. When LBJ lost, the only election he ever lost back in 1941, when he's running for a Senate seat that had opened up. All of a sudden, the campaign manager of the other campaign calls up and says, "How you doing?" And John Connolly says, "We're doing great. We're ahead by 5,000 votes." He goes, "Really? 5,000? Interesting number. Get back to you." A few days later, all of a sudden, these boxes start being found, and the judges in these little precincts start finding them. And what do you know? They came up with 6,000 votes. Crazy. Who knew? That was 1941, and LBJ. Was informed by FDR. Lots of initials here, but President Roosevelt says it's not just who casts the ballots, but who sits on the ballot boxes. Lyndon, you have to know this. And he never lost. The 48 election is the one where he's routinely credited for stealing. But you know what? He was just playing by the rules of Texas politics, which were pretty rough. Brass knuckle politics. These people were not playing patty cake, and sure enough. So there you go. Mark is looking at me with utter contempt and hatred.
I think all the questioning of elections, whether it's true or not, that's the end of democracy. We cannot have a democracy if we can't have elections that people trust.
Why can't you question it though?
Go ahead, question it all you want.
You can question it.
Question away.
But every state runs their own elections.
Did I say that I was against ending democracy? I didn't say that.
If the elections become federalized, we're in trouble.
Well, you're interpreting this as if I think ending democracy is a bad thing.
I'm in favor of nuclear Armageddon, so I think I've already staked out my position.
You know what? I don't. I think that's a distinct possibility of something that would improve the planet.
You've just out dark sided me. Good work. you found that little slipper
Bible and his favorite book. The last book of the Bible is Revelation, and it kind of talks about the end time.
Yeah, but it's a commentary on Rome, and the Revelations is a commentary. The Antichrist is Nero. It's written 100 years after the other books. John, who was still alive, and an old man, and he walked with Jesus. So they say, but it has more to do with Nero's persecution of the church, and Nero. Nero was the guy who would use Christians as torchlights at his garden parties, and even the Romans were like that.
The end times aren't just in Revelations, though. There's mentions of it in the book of Matthew and also in the book of Daniel.
And yet here we are. Well, Daniel was written, 3,000 years ago?
Daniel actually wrote about Alexander the Great. And when he came to destroy Jerusalem, the monks or whatever they were, the priests brought out Daniel's writing. Books. And so Alexander the Great did not destroy Jerusalem.
And when we talk about a 4,000-year span of history, the Chinese and the Indians look at us and go, really?
Tell me about your little history.
You're 2,000 years since Jesus. Wow, that's
you're so
how enchanting. Yes. Yeah.
All right, Mark,
you're
what
so
else?
Charming with your little history.
We invented zero. Silence, peasants. Yeah.
We invented zero. What did you do?
That really happened. I learned about the invention of the number zero when I was probably in like 8th grade or something.
We do not have the world as we understand it without zero.
That's right.
I'm sorry that so modernity comes from
zero. He's a hero.
Either China or India. Again, if you try and ask these people which one invented zero, you get ready for a death match.
Personally, I'm glad we have zero, but I wish they would have called it kindergarten.
Kindergarten. All right, what else, Mark?
Yeah, what else?
Because we only got 9 minutes, and we want to get to Andy's.
All right. Well, let's do the Andy thing. Do you have a song? Do you have a song?
I don't know.
I sent it to you yesterday, Andy. I can send it to you again.
No, hang on a second. Let me look it up. My phone's
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having a charity drive to get Andy a phone that isn't coal powered, that doesn't require a crank and a Morse code key.
Well, do you want to talk about the Strait of Hormuz? The war is over. Oh no, wait, it's not.
What about the guy in Maine?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the neo-Nazi the Democrats were running, who got a little too rapey?
Hey,
and like to pleasure himself.
They won about the Democrats. They got rid of them, right?
Yes, they did. Hands off. Good work.
They didn't suddenly say rape is good, and we need a leader who rapes. We didn't say shit like that.
You absolutely.
No, but J.D. Vance called a pregnancy by rape or incest an inconvenience. Inconvenient facts.
Well, and given where J.D. Vance is from, that's considered a normal form of courtship.
That's true. That's true.
Ew.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry. You should hear the.
Wait a minute. Let's not take it too far.
Yeah. What?
Well, I can't.
I can hear you. My goodness. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I grew up from the same sort of background that Mr. Vance did, although he managed to sort of crawl himself out of it. But you can only go so far. The stench of the trailer park kind of stays with you your whole life.
What was the name of his book?
Was it Selling Meth? No, it wasn't that. I don't know. But
Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah.
They made a movie of that. So.
Yeah, and Ron Howard directed that movie
with I believe Glenn Close playing.
Yep.
Yes, Glenn Close
playing the mother.
Amy Adams is in it.
Yeah,
it's a good cast.
So, Andy, did you find the missing?
I did find it. So it's Where to Now, St. Peter, Elton John.
Let me introduce it, please.
Okay.
Shall we?
Okay, here we go.
Why? This is my chance to. You get to ham it up. I get to ham it up for just a little bit.
Back Hawkins. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, what has recently become a off-night tradition, and in fact, a fan favorite,
a feature.
We bring to you the voice, the vocal intonation. There are some words that I don't even know how to use. This will teach me to drink Red Bull before the show. At any rate, we want to bring you the vocalistic stylings of Andy Jensen as he reinterprets one of our favorite works. Once again, we are visiting the American past. We're stories of Americana brought to you by two men who understood Americana, Elton John and Bernie Taupin. From their 1971 compilation, Tumbleweed Connection, Where to Now, St. Peter. Mr. Jensen, if you would.
The voice of Jack Hawkins, okay. That was riding the wind. I took myself a blue canoe, and I floated like a leaf. Dazzling dance half enchanted in my Merlin sleep. Crazy was the feeling. Oh, crazy was the feeling. Restless was my eyes. Insane they took the paddles. My arms they passed. This sounds very good. Took a sweet young foreign gun. Well, lazy, life is short. Something for nothing always ends with a big report. Yes. You know, Lawrence, he always had that problem. Okay. Dirty was the daybreak, sudden was the change. In such a silent place that Is it beyond the rifle range? So now, St. Peter, is it true that I am in your hands? It may not be a Christian, but I've done all that one man can. Yes. Pound him, Harry. Pound him. I understand I'm on the road where all that was is gone. So where art to now, St. Peter? Show me which road I'm on. I took myself a blue canoe.
That's the end. Yeah, there you go. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
That is quite
Jack
beautiful.
Hawkins. Thank you.
Quite beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
It would be a simulated major if you asked for it. Oh,
Yes, their 1971 country western album that everyone was doing ever since the band debuted with music from Big Pink, and the whole world turned back to sort of doing, the Rolling Stones to start doing country honk, and even Led Zeppelin is digging up English folk songs to record. And
so I was trying to do Jack Hawkins from Bridge on the River Kwai. And,
yes.
Lawrence of Arabia. So.
Ooh,
very good.
Thank you once again.
All right, we got 4 minutes left. Do we? Well, I guess we didn't do it under the heading of conspiracy theories, but we did talk about voting fraud. So
yeah,
I guess
we also talked about the assassination attempt.
The potential poisoning of Lindsey Graham.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Was Lindsey Graham assassinated or not?
Okay.
It's a conspiracy that's out there.
All right, the things that we're trying to make regular features are we talk about passings, people that have passed on to the next life or whatever is after this. Milestones, we didn't cover milestones today. And we did cover conspiracy. Any milestones you can think of that we crossed?
Yeah, Trump's going to collect 20% toll on the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of what? I have no idea.
How he's going to do that.
Vance said the opposite. So, Trump just says whatever comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, he does.
Vance will be, here's my prediction. This isn't conspiracy, not a milestone, not a passing, but here's I'm going to add predictions as it's topics that we can do.
All right.
I predict the war will still be going next week in Iran.
Oh, yeah.
My prediction is...
Yes. Those four devils are riding the wind.
J.D. Vance will be the first candidate for the United States presidency that on the campaign trail will get his ass kicked. Don't know who's going to, I don't know, either his wife or one of the Trump kids.
It isn't going to be a little Marco, not with those little hands of his.
Marco, now here's something I heard about Marco. Did you know that Marco is the viceroy of Venezuela?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
The viceroy. We're pretending to be English,
What? Come on. It's an imperium.
Basically, talk about imperialism. This is it. We're the capitalist imperialists that we always say that the communists always called us. I guess we're that now.
We're finally fulfilling it. Yeah.
We are the running dog capitalists that I grew up wanting to be. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think Putin set it up that way.
Well, you should see Putin's $1 billion house on the Black Sea. I mean,
thank you.
So somebody.
Wait a minute. I've got a minute and a half. In that case, I want to talk about, what do I put this under? Predictions, conspiracies, or milestones? I want to talk about when we think China is going to take Taiwan.
This is under the list of. Honestly, I don't think they will take Taiwan.
They can't.
It's impossible.
Yeah. Well,
they took Hong Kong.
We have a lot of electronic production going on in Taiwan, so I hope not.
And they also are sitting on a pretty substantial catch of nuclear weapons brought to them and assisted by Israel. Israel worked with them, and I suspect they are also working with the Japanese because they have the technology to build you weapons that you don't have to test. In other words, the design and the execution, we know this will work. Yeah. Just saying.
Substantial submarine fleet.
Yeah.
Have a massive
listen.
submarine fleet, and also just the there is no place to land
Who?
on the shores. They have a
it's
beach
yeah.
system.
Well, if they could have taken it, they would have taken it in 48.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
You know.
It's like
All right, well, that's it.
so that only leaves an air assault, and the thing is, they've got like missiles up the wazoo.
I hate it when missiles are in the wazoo.
Well, that's our 60 minutes, and we're done. It's time to go. But we'll be back here Monday night, kicking out. Next week is episode 323. Not that means anything, but I mean we're getting along here.
And one final thing about Taiwan, Yogi, they have all the chips that everybody in the world uses. There's no way China's going to get to those guys.
Okay. Yogi wants to do our show. So,
bring him.
So I'm going to try to get him. I'm going to try to get him on the show.
Okay.
All right. So if you know of anybody else that wants to do the show, bring them along. It'll be fun.
All right.
We'll be back every Monday night at 8 o'clock next week from here in my Livonia, Michigan studio. We'll see everybody next week. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Hey guys, I've got those fingers.